Hi there.
Hello.
Hi. I play on a roleplay server, and I notice most of the time, rather than roleplaying, where people wind up arguing about really obscure things.
Right.
How do you feel an average guard, horde, or alliance would react to a hero that has their demon out in public?
Like warlocks rolling through downtown Stormwind?
Yeah.
Right. Well, you know, at a certain level, there's so many components of this game that everyone loves as gameplay components, but they totally break the world. Come on. If we were really in Azeroth and it's just a normal Wednesday, you know, by the cheese shop down there, there's no way on earth everyone's standing. Oh, a Voidwalker. Isn't that cute? Wow. Honey, is that bluer than I saw yesterday? I mean, that's really amazing. Hell no. You're ringing the bell, you're charging in, you know, I mean, come on. These demons, you know, almost blew up the world twice. 2.5 times, to my count. So it's just one of those things you kind of have to suck up as a necessary gameplay convention, but, you know, but there's 100 of those, you know, things that I wish did not exist, but do to facilitate the gameplay.
Hey there, guys.
What's up?
Hey, I was wondering if you know who Mudcrush Dirtfeet is?
Yeah.
I was wondering if his story is going to be developed in Cataclysm, because I found him to be a very three-dimensional character.
Do you really?
Yeah, I actually have the description of the quest right here. He sends you out to go get 8 Murloc heads. He says, "Me big ogre, me hungry, go bash fishy, bring mud food, you feed mud or mud eat you." I was wondering if you're going to, you know, develop him a little bit in Cataclysm.
Yeah. Absolutely. Get him for you.
That's great.
Big black dragon, me stomp.
Wait, inspiration for Deathwing right there.
Right on.
Hello. I just finished reading The Shattering yesterday.
Good man.
And I noticed something. It said that Falstad Wildhammer was going to be on the Council of Three Hammers, but in the beta it's Kurdran Wildhammer, and Falstad is not in the game at all. What happened to him?
Isn't Falstad dead? From Day of the Dragon? No?
No, he survived, and in fact, he was the leader of Airy Peak in Vanilla WoW through Wrath of the Lich King.
Right, of course.
Right.
Yeah, Alex, what's up with that?
Thanks for pointing that out. We're going to get that fixed.
Thank you.
You bet.
We win!
This is intimidating. I've got a question about Outlands and the lore behind it. It kind of doesn't make sense right now with Cataclysm coming. We're just going to break off at like 55, 58, jump through the Dark Portal, see Illidan, say hi, go to Northrend. How is that going to work?
Poorly. You know, it's a big game. Cataclysm is the largest expansion we've done to date, and we've affected a lot of the world, and we absolutely will go back and affect Outland to make it more cohesive, to make it make sense. Might not be making ship. So yes, in that regard, it's more of a gameplay implement. You go through, and you kind of go forward in time, and then backwards in time, and then, yeah.
Okay, so this is a great topic. And damn you for bringing it up.
Yeah.
But it's got to be said. Exactly what Alex said is, you know what? The fact is, Outland and Lich King are going to be a little broken for a while.
Yeah.
It's something we thought a lot about when we were planning Cataclysm. And the simple fact is, at a production level, you really can only account for so much. I mean, these guys have been breaking their backs on questing out, the classic world, Kalimdor and the Eastern Kingdoms. We have every intention of not letting this world we care a lot about be broken for years and years, but we're still trying to figure out how we're going to. It's like, do you guys want another really thrilling expansion, or do you want us to fix Outland? Because in terms of like quest design, it's kind of the same amount of work, and we're trying to bang these expansion sets out, before you all have, grandchildren and stuff. I guess you could play with your grandkids though, which is nice. Let me ask you this. So 1,000 to 3,000, say that?
Yeah, it's more like 3,500.
Can I say that?
Yeah.
So I wanted to get Alex's approval. In Wrath of the Lich King, these guys built about 1,000 quests. It's a lot of work. And you can feel it in that game. Good Lord, that expansion set was badass, in my humble opinion. For Cataclysm, and consider there's the 80, 85, and there's the 1 to 60, 3,500 quests. I mean, guys, it was an impossible job, and these guys just dominated this thing. So keep that in mind, right? We do not want Outland and Northrend to feel broken or phased out of the flow of time and real-time events. But it is a mammoth undertaking. So we will get to it. I know it will probably be frustrating for many of you, especially the role players. Like, what in the world, Blizzard? But we are going to get to it. Please be patient with us.
Yep.
Yeah, totally.
I need you to go back 2 years to Outland.
Okay.
Hi, so I was wondering about the Council of Tirisfal, and particularly Medan, like what's going on with them, and whether you ever intend to implement them in game, like as important characters, because I think they're a pretty important sort of section of Azeroth.
Maybe Medan will bring Alaria and Turalian back.
In Stromgarde.
In Stromgarde, with Atiesh. 2 years ago. So yeah, I mean that the idea of birthing a new Council of Tirisfal and like a new Guardian and all that stuff, we had that hook for many years. It was a really broad idea, like wow, this will be a cool, earth-shattering idea. And as we started to build that out for the comic book, it took the shape that it took. But we're still kind of chewing on what is the best way to leverage that content, right? Potentially Medan is a pretty cool character, but it just hasn't come up yet in terms of post-Cataclysm. We have certainly been discussing a number of possible directions for whatever the next expansion is, but that has not factored in yet, but I'm sure come Monday morning we will be talking about it.
Hi. Will we ever see a redemption or resurrecting of Illidan Stormrage as a character with Malfurion and that whole storyline?
Boy, do I want to do that. I think that'd be badass. I don't think anyone at all has even suggested it or talked about it. Not to my knowledge. But I love that shit. I'm a sucker for a good redemption story, so StarCraft. Except for Arthas, though. You gotta pay, brother. You're going down.
Hi there. In Burning Crusade, Illidan didn't seem very involved in a lot of the quests directly, but in Wrath, you saw Arthas everywhere. How are you approaching Cataclysm with Deathwing?
Little in between both. I think in Wrath we may have kind of cartooned Arthas out to some degree, and we're aware of it. We know this. Him showing up at the right times was awesome and made a powerful statement, but it was excessive at times. So with Deathwing, and he's a different animal, literally, he's a dragon. So it's a little harder to have him show up and not just kill you. So we're a little more careful, though when you do see Deathwing in Cataclysm, he'll kill you. So, 99% of the time.
His name ain't Social Wing.
All right, so I'm just wondering if you could give any spoilers or theories about the possible location or even a name of the next Old God for its expansion, and maybe even elaborate a little upon the theory that if all the old gods are kind of dealt with, then Azeroth will kind of be doomed. Because, I mean, so far we've dropped Cthulhu and Yogg-Saron, and we're not really seeing much doomsday effect besides Cataclysm, but that's really with Deathwing.
Or is it? You haven't seen who signs Deathwing's paychecks yet. Let me see if I get that. So there are two questions. One is, will we give you spoilers on the next expansion set? No. No. The second part was,